The 2021 Dietary Guidelines to Improve Cardiovascular Health scientific statement provides 10 evidence-based recommendations to promote heart health. And in this video, I'm going to be going through all 10 of them and giving you more information on how you can realistically implement these recommendations into your everyday life. If we're meeting for the first time, hi, my name is Dr. Tessa Spencer. I'm a licensed pharmacist as well as a NASM certified nutrition coach and personal trainer. I'm also the creator of Beating High Blood Pressure, which is my 12-month membership course and coaching program that empowers people with high blood pressure to improve their condition utilizing nutrition and other lifestyle habits instead of or on top of medications. I created this program because I wanted to help people lower their blood pressure naturally, reduce their risk for heart disease, help them lose weight, improve their quality of health, and overall quality of life. Let's get into the video. So the first tip that they make is to adjust your energy intake, aka calorie intake and energy expenditure, how many calories you burn in order to maintain a healthy body weight. It's been shown time and time again that losing weight and maintaining a healthy body weight has significant benefits to heart health. And you've probably heard this before, but how do you actually go about losing weight and exercising more and then maintaining that weight loss for a long period of time? This is the biggest problem most of my Beating High Blood Pressure members face when they first join my coaching program. The American Heart Association recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week. But this has to be personally adjusted to your age, your activity level, your chronic conditions, and your physical ability to exercise. And while I have a ton of content in Beating High Blood Pressure and work with each person on how to best individualize their approach to nutrition and fitness, my high-level overview or my high-level advice to you is to find something that you're excited about and try regarding exercise. Or maybe it's a new skill that you want to learn, like yoga or Pilates, gardening, swimming, etc. And it's important to shift your mindset and treat exercise and moving your body as a form of self-care instead of a punishment or a chore that you have to check off. The likelihood of you adapting an active lifestyle will be much higher if you actually enjoy being active. Have a friend join you, get your partner to go on a walk with you, plant a garden, go to dance classes, try a new workout facility. There are so many different ways that you can be active, so find the one that you enjoy or that brings joy to your life and stay consistent with that. Number 2 is to eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. Clinical studies show that dietary patterns that are rich in all different sorts of fruits and vegetables, with the exception of white potatoes, are linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. And also, whole fruits and vegetables provide much more fiber and feelings of fullness, and they are preferred over juices. If you want a more in-depth information on how to eat a more plant-focused or plant-based diet, make sure to check out this video after you're done watching this video. It's all about how to eat a more plant-powered diet in order to reduce your blood pressure naturally. Number 3 is to choose whole grain foods and products rather than refined grains or white flour. A recent study found that we may achieve similar benefits in reducing the risk of a heart attack or a stroke by eating just 3 portions of whole grains a day. The observed decrease in systolic blood pressure could decrease the incidence of coronary artery disease and strokes by 15% and by 25% respectively. That's the same kind of reduction in disease that we see on a lot of medication. Number 4 is to choose a healthy source of protein that mostly comes from plants. Plant protein is preferred for individuals with high blood pressure and other health conditions since it's been studied extensively, and it has been shown time and time again to help lower blood pressure when we replace animal sources of protein with plant sources of protein. Some examples of plant-based proteins include beans, legumes, tempeh, tofu, quinoa, nuts, and seeds. And a higher intake of beans, legumes, and nuts is associated with a lower heart disease risk. Once again, we want to focus on mostly unprocessed whole foods like beans, legumes, tofu, instead of eating a lot of those plant-based processed meats like burgers, sausages, etc. And kind of piggybacking off of that thought, number 5 is to choose minimally processed foods instead of ultra-processed foods. In the health and nutrition world today, I constantly hear processed foods, unprocessed foods, but what does that actually mean? I think what the American Heart Association Association is trying to say here is that the majority of our diet should be whole foods, things that don't need a nutrition label, whole fruits, vegetables, whole grains, etc. Ultra-processed foods include those that have artificial colors, flavoring, preservatives. Think of your typical snack, dessert, or dairy type aisles in a grocery store. And like we talked about before, just because something is plant-based doesn't mean that it's technically healthy. Ultra-processed plant foods like plant-based chicken nuggets, macaroni, burgers, etc. It's still ultra-processed foods and can have a large amount of saturated fat, sodium, added sugar, and cholesterol as some animal products. And that's really the gist of what we're trying to avoid when we avoid ultra-processed foods, is that increased amount of saturated fat, sodium, added sugars, and cholesterol. That's why in Beating High Blood Pressure, I help people adapt a more plant-powered whole foods diet that also allows them to enjoy foods that they love and make eating enjoyable instead of stressful. Because the core of my nutrition philosophy is eating a diet that's abundant in plants and whole foods, because those are the types of foods that are packed with the most vitamin, minerals, fiber, nutrients, and everything that our body needs in order to function at its best. Number 6 is to use liquid plant oils over tropical oils such as coconut, palm oils, and animal fats such as butter, lard, and particularly saturated and trans fats. According to the 2015 to 2020 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, individuals should consume less than 10% of their calories from saturated fats. Saturated fat is contained in many different animal products such as meats, milks, whey proteins, and of course oils. Evidence supports that cardiovascular benefits of dietary unsaturated fats, especially polyunsaturated fats, primarily from plant oils, so soybean, corn, sunflower oils, walnuts, flax seeds, etc. Number 7 is to minimize the intake of added sugars, particularly in beverages like soda and in snack foods. Naturally occurring sugars such as those found in fruit or milk, they're generally considered healthier options because the food that contains the natural sugars also includes important nutrients like vitamins and fiber. Added sugars are those not naturally occurring in food groups, including syrups and other types of caloric sweeteners found in candies and sweetened beverages like pop and soda. Added sugars, commonly known as glucose, dextrose, sucrose, corn syrup, honey, maple syrup, and concentrated fruit juices, they're tied to an elevated or higher risk for type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and being overweight. The American Heart Association and Center for Science and the Public Interest suggests to limit our added sugars to about 32 grams for women and 57 grams for men daily. And this might seem like a lot, and don't get me wrong, it is a lot. A regular sugar cube is about 4 grams of sugar, so 32 and 57 grams of added sugar, that's still a lot. But you would be so surprised at how much added sugar there are in products that you wouldn't even suspect, like bread, sauces, salad dressing, salsa, nut butters, and so much more. I would argue that the more we can cut down on added sugars we consume, the better. Number 8 is to choose and prepare foods with little to no salt. A lower sodium or salt intake of around 1,500 milligrams a day or less is ideal for most adults. Even a small reduction in sodium in the diet can improve heart health and reduce high blood pressure by about 5 to 6 points. In the United States, the main combined sources of sodium intake are processed foods, those prepared outside of the home, packaged foods, and restaurant foods. So once again, the lower the salt intake, the better. Number 9 is if you don't drink alcohol, don't start, and if you choose to drink, try to limit your intake. Limiting alcohol to less than 1 drink a day for women and 2 drinks a day for men can help lower blood pressures by about 4 points. But drinking too much alcohol can actually raise your blood pressure by several points, and can also cause the reduction in effectiveness in many blood pressure medications. Finally, number 10 is basically to adhere to the past 9 recommendations, which kind of seems intuitive and repetitive, but I think it's actually a great tip, and I'm glad that the American Heart Association kind of drilled into this point, because if you don't actually follow through and adhere to those recommendations, nothing's gonna change. The majority of your food choices should be heart healthy. And the best way to make heart healthy choices every day is to step back, look at your environment in which you eat, whether it be at home, at work, during social interactions, and identify what the most heart healthy options are. And if there aren't any good choices available, then think about how you can modify your food or your environment so that there are heart healthy choices. And that's not to say that you have to be perfect all the time or that you can't enjoy yourself or eat outside of the recommendations now and again. But once again, it shouldn't be an everyday occurrence. That whole idea of everything in moderation. And many people assume that you can't have heart healthy food that tastes amazing. And if you have this preconceived idea that creating healthy meals that taste good is impossible or difficult, because it can be hard to change your eating habits overnight. But if you have that preconceived idea, that notion, I encourage you to watch this video right here, which is really about creating healthy eating habits with ease by focusing on just 3 specific things. And you can also watch this video, which explains the 5 nutritional elements that you need in order to create a balanced meal that is nutritious and delicious. I also think the idea of adherence is a great point, because anyone can watch a video on how to improve their health. Anyone can download 100 freebies on the internet or spend hours on Instagram or Facebook looking at the latest health and fitness trend to help lower blood pressure and lose weight quick. Anyone can take in information. Where most people have trouble is applying what we've been told and applying that into a tangible step-by-step plan to lowering your blood pressure with accountability. And even more, how can you use what you've learned when you have challenges and obstacles and setbacks, and how can you use what you've learned to overcome those challenges? And that's why I created Beating High Blood Pressure, not only to help you learn the science-based, the evidence-backed nutrition and fitness strategies to help you kind of streamline your way to success, to improve your mood, energy, and overall health, but also to help you utilize what you've learned into sustainable, healthy habits that you can keep the rest of your life. So if you're frustrated with the current healthcare system and how it approaches lowering blood pressure with medication, instead of using natural solutions like nutrition, alternative therapies, and lifestyle habits, and you want to learn more about Beating High Blood Pressure, my coaching course and program, I do have a free on-demand masterclass called How to Lower Your Blood Pressure and Lose Weight Without Medication. And in that masterclass, you'll learn what it takes to reverse and address the root cause of high blood pressure and how I help people create a personalized plan to lower their blood pressure naturally. So if you want to view that free training, you can actually sign up to watch that masterclass by using the link below in my video description. Now, of course, if you want to continue to learn more about how to eat, exercise, and create healthy habits to lower your blood pressure naturally and improve your overall health, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell notification so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video, which is twice a week. And if you want more day-to-day tips and tricks on how to lower your blood pressure naturally, then make sure to follow me on Instagram at Beating High Blood Pressure. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, put them below in the comment section, because I love to answer any questions I get. And of course, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and always remember that together we can beat high blood pressure.